Okay, so we're ready to start our base build of our folio with the 5/8 of an inch spine. So we're going to have 4 pieces, A, B, C, and D. The A piece, they are all A, B, C, and D are all 8 1/8 inches tall, all 4 of them. A is 8 7/8 inches wide. So you're going to put it in your scoreboard with that 8 7/8 inch on top, and you're going to score it at 1 3/4, 1 3/4. This is going to be your front flap, your closure flap, and 2 3/8, 2 3/8. So from 1 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting 5 little notches, that is going to give you your 5/8 of an inch spine. Did I say this is a 5/8 of an inch spine folio? I think I did. This is a 5/8 of an inch spine folio. Okay, A piece is done. B piece, 8 1/8 inches tall by 7 5 inches wide. Put it in with that 7 5/8 inch on top. You're going to score it at a 1/2 inch and 1 1/8. So that is 5 notches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is giving you your second 5/8 of an inch spine. So B. And now C is going to be a gusseted page. So it is 8 1/8 inches tall, 7 3/8 inches wide, minus about 1/16. It needs to be a little bit less than 7 3/8. You're going to put it in the scoreboard at a 1/2 inch and 7/8 of an inch. 1, 2, 3. So that is giving you a 3/8 of an inch gusset. The D piece, 8 1/8 inches tall by 7 1/4 inches wide, minus 1/16, just this little sliver off. You're putting it with that 7 1/4 on top. You're going to score it at a 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. That will give you a 1/4 of an inch gusset. So we are done with scoring. Next, you're going to get your pieces and you are going to fold them in towards the bumpy side. Now, when you fold, make sure that they are straight with the paper. You don't want them off a little bit because it will mess everything up. Your pages won't be straight. So just before you commit to everything, make sure when you're folding these, fold and burnish real well. Get my burnishing tool. Get them nice and crisp, and you're going to do that to all your pages. So here is our, what piece is this? This is B. So here we have our spine, the 5/8 of an inch spine right there. So make sure you do them all like this. I'm going to do the rest off camera, and I will be right back. So you have all your pieces folded and burnished. So we are going to join A with B. Now this A, this is going to be your flap, the closure flap, so it's going to be like in this direction. And then B is, here's your gusset, that is going down, and here's this 1/2 inch part of your B right there. You are going to be adhering. You can do it either way. You can put this on top like this. That's the way I'm going to do it. you're going to adhere A to B. So it's going to be like that. So what I'm going to do is just put my score tape on here, and then I'm going to adhere this on like that. Now when you line this up, you want it right next to that score mark. So here's your spine. This is your spine, and here's your two score marks. So here's the spine. Obviously you're not going over the spine. You're going to adhere that right next to it, but not over it. Got my score tape under here. Oops, it just tore. Great, great. So I'll pull it from the top here. Now if you want to use glue, you can use glue. That's fine too. Whatever you prefer. So you have your two pieces joined together. This is how it goes, like this. Now, what I normally do with mine, and you don't have to, we are building this with 85-pound cardstock, 85 pounds cardstock. I reinforce these back pieces, which are 8.5 by 6.5. These should be 6.5 inches wide, with 110-pound cardstock. So this is going to be your front. So I'm going to write that down because I get so confused. This is going to be your front cover. This is the top. And this is your back. And this is the top. So if you want to add 110-pound cardstock to reinforce this to make it stronger, that's what you would do. I do add black construction tape to my spines also. After I get my my 110-pound cardstock on. So I am going to go ahead and put my 110-pound pieces over here, and then I will come back. So I've cut my 110-pound cardstock nice and strong. Here's my top front cover. So I have my 1/2-inch score tape all around the edges and inside, and then I use this sliver of 1/16 inch score tape. That's so I kind of line it up. Make sure, if you need to do a little trimming, trim it before you obviously dry fit it. Make sure it's okay. And once I think it looks pretty good and it's lined up, I just rub that 1/16 part down, and it's easy to manipulate if it's off center. And then I hold it, lift my corners, lift the inside, and do those inside tape pieces first. Get those adhered down. If I had any nails to do this, get that down. Do the other inside score tapes. I'm not a fan of glue for these big pieces. I don't want any waves in my paper at all. And then you're just doing the corner pieces. So I'm going to just go in there and pull them off. I usually do one end, which I mean like here, and this part of it. So these are both pulled off at the same time. So the top piece and this side piece, and go to the other corner, pull off the side piece and the bottom piece. You don't want to pull these one at a time because it's going to be hard. So I usually do the corners both at the same time. Put that off and that off. And that is done, and then you just burnish it. And I'm going to rewrite that this is the front, because I know me, I will mess it up. This is the front. And this is the top. So I'm going to do the same thing with this 110-pound cardstock on the back of the folio, right here. So dry fit it. If you need to do any trimming, trim it before you adhere it down. And I'm going to get this on, and I will be right back. So the 110-pound cardstock is on, and you will notice how straight this is now. It feels really good. Now we're going to reinforce this outer flap, but we do not reinforce this with a 110-pound cardstock. We use the same paper we use to make our base folio, your 85-pound cardstock. But we're going to do that later. For now, we're just concentrating on our base build. So this is going to be the inside. Just so you know, this is the inside. So we are going to reinforce these gussets. Now, do I want to reinforce this one now? I'm not going to reinforce this one yet because I want to wait till I put my reinforcement piece on here. That way it's all covered. But before we put on our base pages, we need to reinforce this one. Our base pages, C and D. C is a 3/4 inch gusset that's going to go, I believe it's on this side, and the D is on this side. Yes, that's the way it's going to go. So I need to reinforce this 5/8 inch spine with my black construction tape before I adhere on this piece. Now, since this is only 1 inch tape, now people have asked, where do we get this black construction tape? This is from the UK, My Creative Spirit. If you know Claire, she uses this. So what I do, since this is 3/8 inch, we're not going to have enough to overlap enough. So I am going to overlap it twice. I'm going to start on the inside, and I'm going to, this part of the tape here, I'm going to try to center it somewhere down the spine here. And like this, that's just going to be my guideline. So I think I went over it just a little bit, doesn't matter. It's just a guide. When you get to the end, you flip the folio over and you pull this part taut, not too tight. You just want it to go over. Continue following the middle part of that spine. I just slowly press it as I go. I didn't get that too straight. And let me get this like this. When you get to the end here, you're going to go back over and you're going to meet up with your original piece. Hopefully they kind of meet up somewhere. Doesn't really matter. This is all going to be covered anyway. And then you're just going to cut that and burnish that down real well. If there's any wrinkles in that black construction tape, the wrinkles come out real easy. Then you're going to do the same thing. Where's our spine? There's our spine. With the other tape. Overlap that first, oops, start on the inside, Carla. Overlap that first black construction tape so you've got full coverage of that spine. Go to the edge, flip it, get it pulled taut, not too tight. You don't want to bend your paper. Make sure you're overlapping that black construction tape that's on that spine. Go to the other end. Pull it around. And pull it so you got a nice edge here. And then cut. And burnish. That seems like a lot of work. It's not. And then re-burnish your spine. That will give you a spine that will never fray on you, never tear, never, 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 never. So if you want these folios to last and you're not worried about the spine ever getting a tear in it, those few minutes are going to be worth a lot. So like I said, we're going to do this, but later, once we get our secondary piece on this one. So now we're going to be attaching parts D and C. So on these 1/2 inch pieces, that's where you're going to be putting your tape. And let me get my folio so I make sure I'm doing this right before I put them down. And I'll be right back. So here's the folio. I just think it's so beautiful. This is so beautiful. So here's the front. You are going to be rounding these corners with a corner rounder. And this is where I put the extra cardstock. I'm not going to put it on now. And when you round the corner, my corner rounder doesn't cut through 2 pieces. So I round the corners here, cut my piece to fit over here of this same heavy weight of cardstock, and then round the corners on it, and then put it on. And once I do that, then I'm going to put my black construction tape to protect this spine. So we open this up. This is our piece. Which one is this? This is this one. This is C. So this has the 3/8 of an inch gusset. So this piece is going on the inside of the front cover. So there's our front cover. We're going to be putting that down. Put your tape on, our glue. Fold down that gusset. Adhere it here. Line it up top to bottom into the edge. Pull the tape or put the glue down, and that's going to be this page, this page here. This is your page. This is D. This has your 1/4 inch gusset. So this is your 1/4 inch gusset. That is going to be lined up just to the right of this spine right here. So you want it just next to that score mark of your spine, but not, obviously not over it, and you're going to get that down. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be right back. So our, our flaps are in. So reform those gussets, and this is why we had you cut it just like 7 3/8 minus 1/16, just so it doesn't interfere with the spine here, and it doesn't interfere with the spine here. So reform those gussets, and you should have room. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach my reinforcement piece. I'm going to do that now because if I forget to tell you later on, it will be a mess. This is my corner rounder. I just, oh my gosh, did I use the large? I think I used the large. My brain does not remember anything. Yes, the large. Jeez. My brain. And then do this. Then I'm just going to adhere that down, and that will, this piece will now be reinforced. I think I want to do it on, yes, do it on this side. That way we decrease the bulk on, this is the inside. So do it on this side because we don't want the bulk on the inside. So do it on the outside. Put that down. Our magnets will be here, and we're going to have some decorative paper over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down and be right back, and then do this spine too with the black construction tape. Well, I reinforced my front flap, and of course I didn't push the record button. So I reinforced this, put the paper, the reinforcing paper on the front of the flap, and then just added my black construction tape just like we did to the other side, to the other spine. So we have total coverage of that spine on the inside and the outside. So you just do it the same way. Sorry, I don't know. You know, sometimes your brain, it's just offline sometimes. Anyway, so this is basically the base of the folio is now built, and it should feel nice and solid in your hand. I do not add the magnets to the front until basically everything on the inside is built out. That way I have a better idea of where the magnet should be transferred to. So that's it for the base build, and now it's on to the inside of the folios.